S.O.S.
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Hey,
Smooth.
feeling
Feeling good today, man. It's cold.
it is cold. So, what is the story of S.O.S.?
Story of S.O.S. Depends on where you start.
Mm.
But I would say like my start was just being depressed in my room, listening to music, and realizing that it saved me in a lot of ways because I always been like music's my therapy and the artists that I listen to. So that day, it was like February. I literally know the day that I decided to do this shit. And it was February 10th, 2021. And I literally wrote in my journal, I'm like, yo, like, I'm going to be an artist that do the same shit that the artist did for me. Which was when times was going bad or I was feeling whatever, it was like just a piece of knowing like, oh, like the world isn't against me. This shit happens to other people. And they went through it, so I can get through it. And it's kind of like a blueprint of how to do that. So that's what I wanted to do. That's how SOS came to be.
So, is your mission, so that is your mission statement, right?
Yeah, really. It's just, I want to inspire, motivate, help anything. Whether I'm just entertaining you for 2 minutes, like, and I'm just that distraction in the day of a bad day. Like, that's what I feel like music is for. So that's what I want to do with it.
So, is that exclusively positive music, or can you break that down, what you mean by that?
It's anything. I feel like my music is so different because my music is my emotions. And you know, emotions don't really be like, you're not happy all the damn time. So my music isn't going to be happy and positive all the damn time.
Shit, we do have the valleys and peaks, right?
Yeah, so it's like, it's whatever I'm feeling, but it's like I hope that it at least touches and resonates with the person it's supposed to when it's supposed to. Because I listened to X when I was in middle school trying to turn the fuck up on some young nigga shit, or I'll listen to J. Cole whenever I'm going through hard things or things that I don't understand. Or I'll listen to Brent when I just feel like being fly. Like, it's one of the
Hey.
It's one of the things. That's how I feel.
So when it comes to the SOS brand, how do you see it rolling out throughout the years?
Mm,
So I can dig into that a little bit more.
yeah.
Is it going to be something of where in the next 5 years you're going to take over through multiple streams, so acting, film, or is it really going to be you focusing on the artistry side and creating this mogul in the artistry industry?
I'll say a little bit of both. Just because my thing is, I don't want to put limits on myself to do nothing. So it's like, yeah, I always wanted to sit here and like direct something and have a movie or a short film or whatever. I look at art like how Michael Jackson conducted himself. Because I feel like if you study, the goal is to sit here and try to get better than the people that did it before you. So it was like with him, his artistry was the main thing, the music was the main thing, but it was like he was a whole actor, whole director, stylist. Like, he did everything. He was a creative. It wasn't just he's a singer that go up there. So that's how I looked at it. That's how I go about it.
As of right now, today, what are the current projects and services? How do you want to get paid through what your brand offers today, right now, this year in 2025?
Shows, because I perform my ass off. Streams, because I do have a lot of music that I'm going to be dropping. And any products that I could sit here and market, anyone that resonates with me, anyone I could help market, I'm going to try to get on that too. And definitely off of acting too, because I'm already pulling up in a play on this Christmas, so I'm going to dip into that.
So with your brand being in mind, what are your shows going to look like? Before you had the brand versus now being focused on the brand, what are your shows going to sound like? What are the type of words people are going to say? What are the feelings and thoughts people are going to have experiencing it versus coming to watch you?
I want my shows to be different. I don't want my shows to be really conducted the same as like your typical concert. Like you just show up, they play songs, you cheer for the songs that you like, and then you leave. That's not really what I'm trying to do. Like even for the event that I have in mind, I want things like I remember going to an African party, and I remember the party not only because it was my first like African party and being a part of that culture. I remember the graffiti that I was able to draw on the wall just because they had it there. And I didn't even take it with me. I just took a picture of me doing the shit, and it was my first time using graffiti. But it's like I want things like that. Like I want you to be able to take things with you other than just, that moment or whatever you got on your phone, because everybody does that everywhere now. It's like, no, I want you to feel like you taking something with you, not just you pay me your money and see some shit in person.
Almost like when you was a little kid type shit, yeah, like a joy and excitement. You don't know what you're going to mom and dad pay for or whatever. You don't have that in mind. When you get there,
you just enjoying it. That's how I want people to be, because especially everybody's tight with their money nowadays, just because of how the climate is. So it's like you really want to sit here, and I want to make sure that whoever is supporting me feel like, okay, that was $20 and I'm not mad at after I spent that. Because some people do that. It could be your last 20, and it's like I want to make sure that if that's you, you got every dollar of that shit. Something in some experience back.
So would you say being unique/unique experiences is one of the core parts of your brand?
Yeah.
From the way you post, on the way the captions are going to look, it's not going to look like anybody else's, but yet still get the same type of feel when you connect with someone you post with.
Yeah, because I heard this quote like one time where they always say like people never forget how you make them feel, and people, you can say anything. There's like a million thoughts that go in your head. You hear a million things. You can scroll on your phone, see a million things, but people always remember how you made them feel. And that's what I focus on, is how does this person feel coming here? I feel like big corporations and businesses, they don't give a fuck about that. It's how do people get here? How do I get paid? How does this happen? But no, it's like I want to give a fuck about the kid who sat there and came to his first concert and got to take something home with him. And he always look at that shit and always tell the story about what happened and how he met this person. Like, it's about that. That's what I focus on.
Can you give me some ideas on the type of little things?
Like, and this ain't even like a thing that I took with me. It ain't even a good thing. But it's like, it's the reason why I was able to like accept it, because I have a story behind it. So even with my ear, I literally have like a rip in my ear just from seeing my favorite artist, because he had a mosh pit and someone elbowed me in my shoulder, even though he had safe mosh pits. But someone elbowed me and whatever and jammed my earring. I had to rip it out of my ear. But it was like, people ask like, yo, what happened? I always had that story, and I always remember how I felt, because that was the first concert I ever went to. It was the first time I met my favorite artist, and I didn't even give a fuck about my ear being fucked up. So it's like, I remember that, and I felt that, and that wasn't even a good feeling. But it's like, that mattered way more than whatever money I spent and however I got there. So that's what I focus on.
Do you have other examples in life just to capture the magic that we're trying to give to people?
Of when I went to an event, like...
Yeah, an event, and for some reason something left with you, because that was unexpected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was unexpected. I don't have it anymore, but I remember going to the Great Wolf Lodge, and the reason why that was when I was like 7, bro. But the only reason why I really truly remember it, it wasn't because of how much money my parents spent or how much time we spent there or whatever, and all the things that we did, because it's a resort. It was like them getting me. I went to my cousin's house and got this Harry Potter wand because they had an interactive like map quest thing at the Great Wolf Lodge, and I was able to sit there and go interact with shit, and I felt like a wizard or whatever, and I got to take it home, play with it, and do whatever. And I stayed with that. I had it for like a little minute until my mom's had kept it with her. But that was like a piece of magic literally that I had just from one moment. And that was the biggest thing I remember. We did a million things, and that's the biggest thing I remember about it.
I'm mad, by the way. I used to see the ad every single day on TV. I wanted to go.
That shit was hard, bro. I'm telling you, that's the best. That's the best family trip, like the most fun family trip I went to, at least. And we went on a lot.
Okay, okay. If you had to describe your brand as a person, how would you describe it?
Just real. Real, I guess you would say authentic. Down to earth. But like, I still talk my shit though. Like I feel like everything has to be balanced. But my main thing is just being real, just being me. Like everybody's gonna be different. Everybody's gonna have something to say. But it's like, as long as I feel like I'm doing what's me, that I like, something that I like, that's what it is.
I almost want to also say, would you say it's also, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not excitement.
I want to be invigorating. I just looked it up. I'm not gonna.
That's the word.
Yeah, it's invigorating. I feel like the biggest word that will describe me is invigorating, because I feel like if I put any other word on it, it gives you a kind of lane to check, or like a lane to put it in. And it's like, no, I'm gonna sit here. If I want to be an R&B artist tomorrow, I'm gonna be an R&B artist tomorrow. But it's like the energy is what I want. Whether you like it or not, I just need you to feel it. Because I feel like that's the only difference between old music and new music now. You put on a whole bunch of people not feel shit. And it's like, no, I need you to feel whatever I'm saying, whether you like it or not. If it sparks a conversation, it sparks a conversation.
I'm assuming, I was about to ask what type of a tone you want to use, but I'm assuming that kind of just encompassed that, yeah?
Yeah, just casual. So, I don't want to sit here and sound formal to you and be like, this is what I'm selling you, and I'm the hardest nigga out. Like, no. If you think I'm the hardest nigga out, great, because I feel like I'm the hardest nigga out. I feel like I'm the best nigga out here, and I feel like I'm gonna change shit. But if you don't, it is what it is. If you like to listen to me whenever, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you like some corporation. I'm an independent artist. I don't have to sit here and do that shit. I don't have to be PR trained. It's like, no, you gonna talk to me, you gonna talk to me. I'm gonna sit here and try to respect everybody, of course, but it's like, you gonna talk to me. That's what y'all are watching for. Not watching a statue.
What is your brand completely against? Because a good way to stand out is by people understanding what you don't stand for.
I'm against following the norms of shit. Following shit that everybody just tell you and you don't know why. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. Because I'm like, bro, one thing that I learned, I'm going to be real 100 with you. I learned that people don't accept the fact that everybody going to die. Like, you going to leave. You could leave tomorrow. So it's like, why would I sit here and spending time on doing something I feel like don't make sense just because of whatever? It's like, no, that's the reason why people are kind of getting joined together, but in a bad way. And they're just letting y'all, they're just telling, it's like sheep. And it's like, no, everyone is their own person and everyone has their own perspective and their own thing to do. You can't teach a fish to swim in the desert. So why y'all acting like it's all different? That's why I hate, it's just like the conformity of everything. It's like, no, be different, be you. That's what it is. That's what I stand against. And the laziness. I stand against laziness like a motherfucker, especially in creativity. Laziness got crazy. You got dudes sitting over there, like, just performing. But it's like, you're not really doing nothing. It's like you want to be like these dudes that be up there performing, but it's like you don't do the shit that they do to be up there. And that's not me. Whatever I sit here and I want to put out, I want to make sure it's good. And I want to make sure it's something worth listening, worth watching, worth you sitting over there stopping. That's what I'm on. I'm against anything that's not that.
At that point, it's basically the opposite of authentic, right?
Yeah, I feel like you're wasting your time. If it's not authentic, you're wasting your time. Thank you.
How does your values influence business decisions or the way you move as an artist?
Because even though I'm still learning to balance being rational and irrational, I'm going to always go with how I feel. Because now I trust like my judgment in people and my judgment of where I need to go. Because that's all I've been doing, is just doing what I feel like I'm supposed to do. So if I don't feel like it's authentic, or I don't feel like it's, good intentions and genuine, then I'm not going to do it. And you can sit here and pay me $10 million, I'm not going to do it. That's just, I have to keep that, because that's like the standard. If you sit here and you fall for anything, they're going to sit here and feel like they can make you into whatever they want to make you into.
And that's why they say you got to play it for to catch it.
Exactly.
How would you go about communicating on different platforms? So more so on the text side of stuff, my fault, and maybe short videos where you don't have much to talk. How are you going to communicate in those videos?
For the most part, I try to get straight to the point, just because everybody has a million things to do. Attention span is crazy. So it'll just be straight to the point. See how you feel. This is what I have to say. This is what I got going on. Pull up. Or not. It's cool. Or I got this video. Check it out. Or not. It's whatever you feel like doing. But either way, like, no matter what, I'm going to do my shit. That's just how it's going to go. If you fuck with it, then we going to rock.
Do you have any competitors or people that you see are in the same lane? That way we can compare to see how effective we're working on.
Yeah, I would say like the artists that I listen to, I look at as my competitors just because I'm trying to get to where they are. And I feel like their traffic is really the only competition, just because it's like, if I want to drop, because I'm independent, I'm new. So if I want to drop an artist if I want to drop an album on Friday, but Tyler the Creator is dropping his album on Friday, I'm going to drop mine on Wednesday. Because I'm not going to compete with his long-standing established fan base for me. But it's like, I'm going to give it to my people whenever I feel like it's the best time to give it to them. That's the only competition I really see. Other than that, it's no comp.
Is there any weaknesses and strengths that you see in competitors and you see in yourself, and maybe you need to bridge that gap or stop doing?
Yeah, I would say their strengths is the efficiency of getting the content, info, and products to their audience effectively and fast. And that's something that I need to get on. But I feel like what they miss with that is the interaction, is the actual connection with their fans. I feel like, they obviously got where they got to building it, but I feel like since I'm starting out and trying to do things differently than everybody, and it's so easy to connect with everybody, I feel like that's what's gonna really set me apart, is having like experiences where people feel like they're a part of it, not much so I'm just paying this nigga to do what he want to do. I don't want my people to feel like that. So that's why I feel like the difference is.
Alright, so to wrap it up, I guess there's two things. Well, not to wrap it up, what is the first project that we're going to be working on with this information, getting everything lined up, branding, logos, marketing, like, let's drop it so that way I can get it and start building our plan based off of it.
Bedside. It's a project that I wanted to do before my big one, and I wanted that to be different, and I wanted to kind of tell my story and represent it in a certain way, because I'm still making a lot of first impressions. And Bedside is gonna have a whole lot of themes that kind of go into how I started, because I started just off of me playing football and getting a heart disease and not playing no more. So it's gonna kind of play into themes like that, because that's something I relate to, that's something that I went through, and that's gonna reflect in the art.
So are we selling tickets for that event? Are we selling merch for that event? What is the strategic angle? Is this mainly for brand awareness where we don't care about all that? It's genuinely so people can leave with the experience so they come back to the next one?
I would say I'm definitely focused more so on brand awareness and really just getting people the experience and just the impression, the message of the type of artists and the type of things that I want to do, how I want to do them. Cause the money gonna come. Like the money gonna come. I'll sit here and make it more donation based than anything. To where it's like if you want to sit here and invest into it, invest into what I'm doing, it's great. But it's like I feel like it's my duty as a creative to supply the experience first and to give you something first before I expect anything from y'all. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm just a kid that just decided to make music in his room one day, and now I'm just here. So I feel like I had to give y'all something before I expect anything else.
So you got a double whammy when it comes to your band. Because one, you're giving them experience, and then you're giving them an experience that they can go home with.
That's the
So
way.
you already have an idea on what you're going to give them to go home with?
As far as everything I do with bedside, not automatically. I'm gonna think of something though. I'm gonna think of something because it has plays into a lot of like hospital themes. Yeah, because that plays into S.O.S too. Really, like I want people to come to me when it's like you need a distraction or you need to feel something or even just to resonate with something. That's what S.O.S is for. That's what I want people to run to my music for. So I don't know. As far as that project, I'm still cooking on that, but definitely something along the lines of that. Because my thing is, I want to sit here and take whatever feeling, whatever experience I could think of, whatever moment I could capture, and I want to like drown you in it. That's my shit. Like I want to sit here and just take whatever piece you latch onto and be able to expand upon it and drown you in whatever you want to be drowned in. Like for me, if I'm sitting there and I'll be smoking, I'm not even gonna cap. Every time I smoke, I listen to Smino. I listen to Smino every time. I feel like he's the greatest artist ever off of gas. Cause I feel like I'm drowned in whatever world his music created. That's what I want to listen to music for. That's what I love music for, being in that world, because I'm not in whatever world that I'm living right now. That's what I want to do.
So specifically for the bedside table, what is the world that you're going to paint and create?
Mine and how I seen it. Just going through that and learning so much about people and kind of learning how to process things and learn how to cope with things. I feel like it's gonna be like the main central themes of that project, because if you have dreams and aspirations, or even if you just live in regular life, you have to know how to do those two things in order to get there. No matter how bad or how, what else you do to get there, you have to cope. You have to be able to process things healthily in order to do that. So that's what it's going to be on.
I'm just spitballing ideas. So once upon a time, we did have a budget. Would, for example, like a little keychain where someone's like hanging by a rope, or they're like trying to pull themselves up, would that be something you can see yourself giving?
Yeah, like I might even perform in like a doctor's coat or some shit. Like it would be like little things like that really like put you in it. Cause I feel everyone's been to a hospital. Have you been to a hospital? Do you like hospitals? Most people don't. I don't, but I be in that bitch all the time. So it's gonna be something like that to where it's real. It's not cars, money, bitches. Because not everybody sits here and is a fucking millionaire rapper that live like that.
So would you be down? See, now I'm thinking, because it could go either way, right? It could be someone literally getting something physical, or it could be something so grand, so big that when they leave, like Black Swan event yesterday, ain't no way you left that night and not gone to go do some grown ass shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Even if it's just a feeling, I have to give you something that you take with you. Like even just with my name and even my logo off of that. I did it because every time you see it, I get to ask you, do you remember drawing graffiti S's growing up? Do you remember drawing graffiti S's growing up?
Yeah.
When was the first time you did that, when you learned that?
It was actually crazy as fuck. It's a memory for sure for me, because out of nowhere one day my brother's like, yeah, I tag trains, I do graffiti, and he was cold as fuck with it. And he brought a big piece of cardboard, and he was like, alright, nigga, I got you some cans, come on.
And you sat here and you drew
And
a whole shit.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
I ain't never gonna forget that, because I'm like, holy shit, my brother's an artist, popping off on these trains, and like taking the time to show me how to. So, like, as a
Literally.
for me.
So from any demographic or whatever, they have a story behind just that. You just take that. And even just giving you like the emotion of even remembering that and the joy of that is something I can give you. Just from just reminding you about that. Because when was the last time you thought about it?
Yeah, that made me a little happy thinking about this shit. Shout out to my brother.
So that's what I aim to do as an artist in everything, even just from the looks, from the logo, to how I present myself, to the show, to a play. It's giving you something.
Boom, and that's a wrap. If there's anything you want to tell your people, because you're going to be famous, so this is kind of going to be like a historic moment because of how deep you went into it, so.
Dang. What do I want to say? You got the answers. Everybody got the answers in themselves. Like, you have the answer. Whether you want to believe it or not, you do. It's just a matter of you whether or not you believe in yourself and trust yourself enough to really go through with it. People gonna call you fucking crazy. Like, I had to hear my own parents sit here and tell me I'm crazy for doing the exact same thing I'm doing. And 3 years later, they come into my show. So it's like, just do what you want to do. As long as you're not hurting nobody and you don't aim to hurt nobody, do what you feel like you have to do. Like, my own girl sat here and told me this for the first time when we first met, that God impregnates you with your desires. So when you have that, just run with it. You'll figure it out. Like, it'll happen. You don't have to have an answer right then and there. Just go with whatever is pushing you to go there. That's why some people are into cameras and some people shoot basketball. And they're good at it in their own right. It's for a reason. So just follow whatever that reason is for you. And that's it.
Boom. You want to give a message to your future self? 'Cause I'm assuming you're not going to see this till like 25, 30.
So, a message to my future self is always just embrace everything that's going on and really embrace the journey of everything. Like, don't get lost in what you're doing to enjoy what you're doing. Because I literally remember being in Atlanta, going upstairs to the rooftop by myself, broke as shit, and literally having the time of my fucking life because I got a new speaker at Walmart. And I literally was just blasting that shit, blasting like new Kenny Mason and just throwing my own fucking concerts up there in rain, cold, dark, whatever. And it got to a point where people want to see that. And it's like, no, I literally remember when nobody wanted to see it. So always just embrace everything at every chapter and try to make the most out of everything that's going on. That part.